keep it off for good. The executive producer of The Biggest Loser and Extreme Weight Loss, J.D. Roth. Successful shows there.
It's been a good run.
It's been a good run.
But real quick, you had this very big on-camera career. When did you get smart and realize the real fortune is behind it?
It was actually Dick Clark, believe it or not.
Really?
I spent some time with Dick, and he said, hey, this is a quote, by the way. He said, being a meat puppet is great, but ownership is everything. He said,
Wow.
don't forget that. And so I started creating shows, mostly in the beginning, to give myself work. You know, but in the end, it became something more than that. And then the crusade for weight loss was really something that happened by accident and then took over my life. And, you know, I've always enjoyed helping people, but to watch these people transform their entire lives right before my eyes is something I'll never
get over. And you must get what we just gave you. You sat down and we started peppering you with all sorts of questions. Yeah. You get that everywhere you go?
Everywhere I go, including the bagel shop. And then you can imagine, wherever I go, someone always wants a little bit of a piece of advice.
Yeah.
And even my book is not prescriptive. So there are tons of books by medical experts and people a lot smarter than I'll ever be about this is what you should eat and this is how you should work out. For me, it's all about the mental game. It's all about the mental ping pong that's played to speed up the emotional process. Nobody eats that much food to get as big as the people I deal with because they're that hungry. You can't eat that much
food. But don't they tell you that? I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Always. I just love the taste of food in my mouth.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. And I can cut through it real fast.
Okay.
I'm sort of the tough love guy.
Right.
And I'll look you right in the eye and say, no, that's not it. Try again.
So what is the theme? The fact that you're the executive producer behind the scenes of The Biggest Loser, and they say you are, you know, tough love guy behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What is the running theme amongst the people that are contestants on the show?
So the contestants know when they see me, it's either something very good or something really bad.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you know, it's a hug. But tough always has to be followed with love. If you're just a tough guy, it never works.
Yeah.
And if you're just a love guy, then you can get walked on. So it's more of a father figure kind of role. And these are people who eat in my house. They go for workouts and you know, right with me in front of my house. They hang out with my family.
Yeah.
We make smoothies at home for them. It's a very personal thing for me. It's not just, oh, I go make a TV show. It's not really what it's about. I'm not a ratings guy. I don't look at ratings. I look at transformation. If people change their life, people will watch the show.
Right.
If people watch the show, we can help other people.
Right.
That's always been the goal.
All right, let's start changing lives. 3-phase process to weight loss. You say phase 1.
So
identify the problem.
Yeah, every problem in life can be solved the same way. Whether it's with my kids, my wife, people at my office, or overweight people. It's very simple. You identify the problem. You make a list, what you need to do, and then get ready. Here's the secret, everybody. I know this is good. Lean in.
Do it.
Do it. Stop talking about it and do it. And when you talk about identifying the problem, it's pretty easy for most of these people. I'm overweight. And everybody thinks you have to have a great story to be on one of our shows. You don't. One of the best straight line success we ever had was a woman named Georgiana. She was a soccer mom. That was her story. No dark, twisted, right? She was just a soccer mom who really had a great plan for her kids, and she really didn't have a plan for me. No me plan. Well, then your kids grow up, they leave, you look in the mirror, and you're like, what happened? Well, she was eating the kids' food, she was driving them to practice, and she never took care of herself. And that story is just as powerful to me as someone with a very dark, you know, past as well. So identify the problem. I gotta lose weight. I'm overweight, this is unhealthy.
You also say make a list.
Make a list is huge, right? Because without the list of knowing what you need to do, you can't do it. So in the case of overweight people, it's very simple. I need to move more and I need to eat less. Everybody wants to complicate it. You don't need to complicate it. But we had a contestant named Bruce, very dark, the opposite of Georgiana's story. And what I love, even in the darkness and the abuse and all the things that happened to him, his list was very simple. He said, and I'll never forget this quote, the only thing in life that's not hereditary is your attitude. And he said, I'm going to bring a great attitude every single day. Kid lost over 200 pounds and is the only contestant in 14 years of any weight loss show I've ever done that we hired to work with us and help other contestants, because that's how good he was.
Oh, that's terrific. If you'd like to meet JD, he'll be signing books at Pages, a bookstore in Manhattan Beach, on April 21st.